Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce RTX 2060 in Cyberpunk 2077. It's a laptop version. I'm testing a laptop here with a Ryzen 7 4800H and 16GB of RAM as well. Dual channel, 3200 MHz by the way. And yeah, let's get into the game. We're going to test Raytracing in this one as well. And low settings, medium settings, high settings, ultra settings, all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's go through the settings first. We're playing at 1080p resolution. This is a laptop, so I'm not really going to test higher resolutions. Texture quality will be set to high throughout this video. 6GB of VRAM is enough to run textures on high in this version of the game, the 1.2, and FOV set to 100. We're going to test DLSS at higher settings as well, and over on the gameplay tab you can see that the crowd density is also set to high. You know what, I might want to set it to medium because this is more of a CPU intensive option and I couldn't really make the hexadecimal edit thingy to work, so we can't utilize hyperthreading or SMT in this 4800H. Yeah, that's right, unfortunately they actually kind of broke the hexadecimal thingy in this patch and you can't really use it anymore. At least I wasn't able to find that string of hexadecimal numbers and letters and stuff. Okay, anyway, let's keep on moving here. It's playable. It's definitely a very playable experience at low settings. Unfortunately, it will drop from 60 FPS from time to time. But as you know, this is pretty much the most intensive and kind of broken game ever, basically. This is a demanding area, by the way. You can see that the CPU usage won't really go over 50%, or if it does, it's barely over 50%. So it's not utilizing hyperthreading, definitely, and it's a shame that they haven't fixed it yet. You know, it's kind of weird. People actually discovered that hexadecimal fix to achieve higher CPU utilization with AMD CPUs, but the developers themselves, they just don't care about optimization whatsoever. This game is actually running the same on the GPUs that I tested in patch 1.2 as it did back in launch day, which is kind of unacceptable. Okay, yes, they have fixed a ton of bugs, but performance is the same and it's quite bad. As you can see, it's dropping into the 40s here. That is really, really rough, guys. I don't like this experience. I wouldn't really recommend this experience. If you really want to buy this game and play it, of course it's playable, but be ready to get distracted by like stuttering issues and frame time skipping and stuff like that, because this game is just plagued with those things. Anyway, in less intensive areas, you can expect 60s, 70s, sometimes 80s and 90s at low settings. I wouldn't play on low settings, it becomes more CPU bound, so the GPU still has a little bit of breathing room there, or a lot of it actually. So yeah, that's gonna be it for low settings, okay? Unfortunately, it drops into the 40s. I can't really do anything about it. I tried a couple of programs to edit the hexadecimal files and I just couldn't find the damn string. And I also saw some people that weren't really able to find those in the latest 1.2 patch. So I guess the developers changed something and that's not accessible anymore. Somebody has to do like a guide on that all over again. So anyway, medium settings in the current state of the game is alright. As you can see, GPU utilization is now at 90+%. It's still CPU bound, obviously. The GPU is not at 99%, so there's that. But oh god, come on, people. It's kind of a stuttery experience. Frame times are a little bit all over the place. I really think you should only play this game if you really are desperate to play it, because otherwise just wait maybe a year, you know, if it comes to that, for them to fix everything. Especially because people found a fix and they broke it again. Basically, they broke the people's fix. Like, oh my gosh. At least here in this area now, we're seeing 90-something GPU usage and the FPS are more consistent. What the hell? Why did I press D there? Oh my gosh. I suck at driving in this game, okay? I'm just here to benchmark it, okay? Just don't bother watching this gameplay and that guy just clipped into the things there at the side of the road. Anyway, that's it for medium settings. Let's test it on high. And I think I've already tested it on high in my Sunday video. Although motion blur is enabled right now, and I'm going to disable that. Alright. Start counting our frames. Very demanding street once again. And the frame time graph, man, it's so bad it's actually lowering our 1% lows, even though it didn't drop into the 30s. Oh man, Cyberpunk is just lovely. Alright, we're gonna go to that area again, very demanding one. It's over here. 50s. It's okay. The thing is, if you're playing this game, you're probably not expecting much in terms of performance already, so 40 something FPS will actually be doable. I would lock the FPS though, just because it delivers a more consistent experience. It's not all over the place with those frame time graphs. Yeah, that's just awful. Look at those. Oh boy. But at least now the GPU utilization is at 97, 98%, 94 there. Still not completely maxed out, you know, but it's better. It's getting there. I think this is somewhat of a better experience because it's more consistent, although it's still very inconsistent. I will try to enable DLSS now to see if that makes a difference in terms of smoothness. So let's try it on quality first. There it is, looking pretty much the same. I love DLSS. Alright, let's start counting the frames here. I don't know, is the frame time graph a little bit better, guys? Might be the same. We're definitely getting a little bit higher FPS, that's for sure. But now we are more CPU bound because the GPU doesn't have to work as much. Okay, so let's go over here to the... My problem is Cyberpunk. This game is a problem in itself, but okay. Yeah, demanding street dropping into the 30s this time around. Okay. I mean, turning the camera around, not good. Ugh, doesn't feel smooth. Oh, I just broke the car. Alright, we gotta get another one. Also, oh boy, okay. Oh, what? Okay, anyway. If you're just running in first person mode, the frame times are a lot better. So it's only gonna be a very stuttery experience if you are driving a car or when you're driving a car. Bye. Okay, thank you for your car. What the hell is just UV? I don't... I can't, I just... This game, man. Cyberbug is completely broken. How can it be so bad? It's been out for like, what? 4 months already. Or 5 months, actually. At least the menu runs great, you know? That is amazing. Alright, so that was high settings with DLSS. Let's do Ultra now. Disable motion blur. And turn off DLSS. It turned off on itself, so... okay. Right. Ultra settings now with native 1080p resolution. Get out. Oh my god. Oh, the cars still fly whenever you hit people. It's so weird. Ugh. Let's see. GPU utilization is now at 98% in this roundabout thingy here. Not too bad. And also, it's not the VRAM being maxed out. By the way, I saw a comment in the previous video that I made on this laptop saying that it was the VRAM, but at least in this case, it's not. I've played this game on a 1660 Ti just fine with 6GB of VRAM as well. No stuttering issues, but that was with a 3700X. And in a version of the game where AMD CPUs actually ran well, not like in this one. It seems like at least on ultra settings you can get 100% usage on the GPU all of the time, so the CPU won't really be a problem. It still stutters a little bit and the frame times are still inconsistent, as you can see there. But well, what can you do? If you lock the FPS to 35 or 40, it's probably gonna be a smoother experience. You're not gonna feel those inconsistencies as much. DLSS set to quality at ultra settings. Let's see. Oh my god, look at the improvement in FPS. I didn't change anything else, did I? It's still on ultra settings. No motion blur. DLSS set to quality. We were getting 43 FPS right here. And now we're getting... What? 60s, 70s? This is absolutely crazy. Like, DLSS is just... Wow. Completely unbelievable. And it looks almost the same. I can't tell the difference in the roads, especially because it actually denoises the roads. So it's good that it denoises it, because those details weren't really doing anything for the visual fidelity, in my opinion. They were just ruining it, basically. You know what? You get the ultra settings graphical fidelity with low settings or medium settings FPS with DLSS enabled set to quality. I think lowering the DLSS quality, Jesus, that was a massive stutter, or frame time spike. It's like, I don't know if I can call it a stutter because it's like a step in the frame time graph, but as I was saying, you're getting similar FPS as medium settings, and you're playing on ultra with ultra settings graphical fidelity. So that is very impressive, and that's why people like the DLSS, and I actually really do like this technology as well. What's not great is my driving in this game, but that's not the point of the video, is it? Unfortunately, if you lower the DLSS quality, say for example to performance or even ultra performance, it won't look as good, obviously, but you should get more FPS out of the game. That's not really the case, as you can see. It's pretty much the same. That's because we have a CPU bottleneck right now, so it still drops into the 40s and high 30s, and it still stutters, as you could see there. That was actually like an autosave thing. So the game's actually running at like 360p, I believe. Not really sure about that, but it's a very low resolution, and it reconstructs it, and it actually manages to look decent, especially on a smaller monitor. So, okay, not too bad, you know. But yeah, it performs pretty much the same, it stutters pretty much the same, so just play with ultra settings and quality DLSS. I think that's the way to go here in this game, with this GPU, or this set of components at least. And just for fun, let's test ray tracing here in this game. It's set to medium right now, but it's actually running the ultra settings preset, just disable motion blur there, with the medium ray tracing settings. So yeah, it actually defaults DLSS to auto as well. So I'm just gonna turn that off and see what it's capable of at full resolution. Okay, it was applying things, alright. I thought it was running like a GT 710 for a second there, but no. So, would you actually play like this, guys? Of course, without the DLSS, it's a horrible experience. It drops from 30 FPS and nobody should play like this, but yeah, just wanted to see the raw performance of the 2060 laptop version of the card. This is basically Nvidia's worst GPU at ray tracing. So yeah, it's not impressive. And the game looks all right, you know, but I can't really tell much of a difference. Maybe in side by sides I would, but when you're actually playing the game, it's meh, I guess. I guess the puddles will look nicer and the reflections in the cars and stuff, but it's definitely not worth the performance trade-off, that's for sure. Let's do Ultra now, without the DLSS technology first. Ooh, I forgot to turn off motion blur, and it's horrible. Some of the reflections look nicer in the car, I guess. Maybe, but this is obviously completely unplayable and nobody should play like this. So let's do medium with the DLSS setting set to auto. Disable motion blur. And alright, seems like we can... Oh my god, massive stutters there. Maybe it was just loading something, I don't know. But let's start counting our FPS here and go to the demanding spot. Oh, it's rough. It's rough. Drops into the 20s, guys. If you want a playable experience, don't play with ray tracing, I guess, with this GPU at least. Let me just try, like, performance DLSS, which shouldn't look too bad. Alright, it's doable this time around, but I think it looked better with the ultra settings and DLSS set to quality, and it actually performed better as well. So still drops into the 20s at times. Ray tracing, why? Yeah, I don't think ray tracing is viable here with the 2060 mobile. Okay, that thing's always falling. What the hell? Every time I go here, that thing falls. Thanks very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This was actually my first time testing ray tracing here in a video, so I'm not really impressed, to be honest. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.